We reach the halfway point of conference play on the diamond in the SEC, and with a massive weekend upcoming. These are my latest SEC baseball power rankings, and yes, we're doing these live, switching it up, keeping you on your toes. Folks, again, welcome. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. Make sure, as always, you like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Check us out via podcast, where we get your podcast. You can also find us across all social media platforms, as well as our website, secunfiltered.com. And as always, powered by our friends over at FanDuel. Visit FanDuel.com/SECU to join today and get started with $200 in bonus bets when you win your first $5 bet. Once again, that's FanDuel.com/SECU to get $200 in bonus bets today. Like I mentioned, 4 conference weekends are officially in the books on the diamond in the SEC. These are my latest power rankings as we enter weekend number 5 of conference play, the halfway point, I might add, of the conference season. Let's take a look at each of my selections. We will start at number 16, a familiar face down at the bottom. The Missouri Tigers, after they got belt put to their ass in Fayetteville, Arkansas disposing of them, absolutely no problem. Hey, listen, here's the good news for Mizzou. You head to Gainesville. Somebody's got to win SEC series. It just very well might be you, and yours truly very well might be picking MIZ to get it done. You never know. But either way, tough season still. The pitching is Mizzou's biggest problem. I think at times offensively, you see Carrick Jackson's club put some things together, but just, on the mound, they're really, really struggling. So again, Missouri at 16. South Carolina at number 15. They go on the road, lose 2 of 3 to Mississippi State. Not a lot of explanation needed here. Rough year for Paul Maneri and the Gamecocks. Not a very good baseball team. They also one of the worst ERAs in the conference. And Mississippi State, a team that I was high on coming in the preseason, obviously they have not been very good. And South Carolina, after winning game 1, could not hold on and take 2 of 3. Just not a good ball club. I feel bad for Ethan Petrie. He deserves better. Number 14, I've got the Florida Gators. This is as low as I've had Florida all season. It is time to finally recognize that Florida's just simply not a good baseball team. I hate it for those guys. They treated me really well, went down there earlier in the season. I can't believe what I'm seeing, but it is what it is what it is. I think sometimes if you could give Kevin O'Sullivan, or if you give me any coach in the midst of a rough season, if you could give him truth serum, they would probably tell you this. They can't for obvious reasons, but I think sometimes you just have to admit, you know what? We just got a bad crop of dudes. We just got a bad crop of guys. It's just not a good club. It's nothing we're doing or not doing, or, nothing's changed. Kevin O'Sullivan hasn't forgotten how to win baseball games or get to Omaha. His staff hasn't forgotten either. You just got a bad crop of guys. I mean, that's the bottom line. They face Mizzou this weekend. Man, I mean, here's the question I run into with Florida and what scares me. They still have talent, but you get swept at home against Vandy. You're now 1-11 in SEC play. How do you keep that team motivated to keep showing up weekend after weekend? And do we see them quit? I think we're going to find out a lot this weekend if that team has gotten any quit in them. I would not be surprised. At number 13, guys, I've got the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Not a lot of movement for State this week. I mean, again, guys, you take 2 or 3 from South Carolina on your home field, as you should have. It looked ugly after game 1. Chris Lemonis avoiding the hot seat talks, at least to an extreme level for a week. Big series for them upcoming this weekend at Alabama. If Mississippi State's going to get things rolling, and if they're going to make a run at the postseason, I think it starts this weekend at the Joe. I think it's a winnable series for State. Alabama been good this year, but scuffling of late. Massive, massive implications on this one. Mississippi State staring down the barrel of a really tough season, 3-9 in SEC play, even after taking 2 of 3 from South Carolina. Guys, at number 12, I've got Texas A&M, the big winners of the weekend. Obviously, the big upset there in Knoxville against Tennessee. The biggest upset in college baseball this season. There won't be a bigger one all season long based off what we had seen to that point. I mean, what can you really say? I mean, what Texas A&M did, that's what we were expecting from the Aggies, what we saw on that Saturday. Here's why I don't move Texas A&M up further, and we're going to get there, why I don't drop Tennessee down further. It's one day of baseball, guys. It's one day of baseball. Like, anybody can get hot on one day. Can Texas A&M, and yes, they won in the midweek, I know, against Slapdick State, who really cares? Can A&M follow up what they did last weekend and do it against another opponent? They got South Carolina at home. Great opportunity for the Aggies to build momentum, but how they respond to winning that doubleheader against Tennessee and winning that series, I am fascinated by it. Obviously, a Thursday through Saturday series, so we're going to get those answers very, very soon. But that's what they're capable of, sitting at 3-9. May I remind you, same record that LSU was at a season ago when they went on their run, went to the postseason. Granted, the schedules were much, much different. I would say right now I still lean A&M will not be a postseason team because one good day of baseball doesn't change all the bad we saw up to this point. But I got to be honest, if you're an Aggie, it should make you even more furious because that showed what you've been capable of, and for whatever reason, you just haven't been able to tap into it. At number 11, guys, I got the Kentucky Wildcats. They lose 2 of 3 to Ole Miss. I still find Kentucky a really hard team to figure out. The only thing that I know is teams don't like playing them. There's a feeling, I think, amongst the coaches and amongst the people in the league that Kentucky is a bit Bush League. You know, they play a weird brand of baseball, man. They do unorthodox things to try to throw you off your game and win. Is that Bush League? I know it's annoying. It's not fun to play against. And Ole Miss obviously let out some frustration, some emotion after the series, but I don't know, man. Kentucky's just a pesky team. Obviously, I put them ahead of A&M because they beat A&M at their place. But I don't think they're a great team. They're not a bad team. They're annoying. Like, Kentucky's annoying more than anything. But you can win some games that way, so give them credit. Number 10, guys, I got the Vanderbilt Commodores. Again, they go on the road, guys. They sweep the Florida Gators. A really impressive weekend. A weekend after getting swept, they go on the road and then sweep. So, listen, give Vandy credit, taking advantage of a down-and-out Florida team. I think Vanderbilt now sitting 7-5 in SEC play. You're in a pretty good spot. You're still fighting for a hosting bid. Really, really big weekend for them this weekend, going to Norman. Two teams that, again, kind of find themselves in a similar spot, both fighting for those hosting bids. Speaking of the Sooners, at number 9, I have got the Oklahoma Sooners. Oklahoma dropping all 3 games against LSU. Guys, the most fascinating part about this, LSU uses 5 pitchers. They completely shut down your lineup. You were also leading the conference in stolen bases. You had 0 against the Tigers. So, Oklahoma, everybody's going to get punched in the face in the SEC. You just got punched in the face. How do you respond? That is the key to success in this league. Vandy coming to town. Feels like a really important series at the halfway point for Boomer Sooner. Guys, at number 8, I've got the Alabama Crimson Tide, the team that we will be going on the road and seeing this weekend at the Joe. Dropping 2 of 3 at Auburn. Tough series. It got off to a rocky start. Zane Adams really just was not himself. And I thought that set the tone. And give Auburn a ton of credit. I think Auburn's a really, really good baseball team. That was a fun series, obviously. Bama, do not sleep on this Mississippi State series. This is one that I think is absolutely, for Bama, I think it's losable. I think there's no question. You know, State's going to come in fired up. They're going to come in hungry. Big rebound start, big bounce back start for Zane Adams. Still like Alabama, but like them a little bit less. I think I think Bama, after a hot start, has kind of been coming back down to earth over the last few weeks. Certainly we saw that over the past weekend on the Plains. At number 7, speaking of, I've got the Auburn Tigers. Again, really like what I saw from Auburn against Alabama. They were my pick to win that series. Samuel Dutton, fantastic. You know, Cooper McMurray, Ike Irish, your usual suspects when it comes to Auburn. Coming up big, coming up clutch. Love Butch Thompson as a coach. He's been overachieving since he's been there. You know, has had some rocky years, but you had this feeling Auburn was going to bounce back from a really, really tough season a year ago. So, again, like this Auburn team a lot. Huge opportunity for War Eagle this weekend. They host LSU. Fun fact, guys, Sam Dutton was on that LSU roster before Jay Johnson cut him. How motivated do you think that kid's going to be to stick it to LSU? Very much so, I would imagine. Guys, at number 6, I've got the Ole Miss Rebels. Speaking of a team that's got a massive weekend series, of course, they won 2 with Riggins, Kentucky past weekend. They welcome the Tennessee Volunteers. Why is that a big series? Two gentlemen, Liam Doyle and Andrew Fisher, make their return to Swayze. And you talk about a nasty, hostile environment. It is going to be electric all weekend long. Beer showers are going to be going. Tennessee's looking to bounce back from a nasty taste in their mouth after losing 2-3 to A&M. Ole Miss is looking to get their revenge on Doyle and Fisher. It is going to be pure cinema, and I really, really like this Ole Miss team. But I will say this. Ole Miss, 25-7, 8-4 in SEC play. Are they the 7th best team in the country? Like, is this Ole Miss team a top 10 team? Great opportunity to prove that you are this weekend. And crazy enough, guys, Ole Miss, I think they're 7th in the latest polls, 6th in the power rankings in the SEC. League is just incredibly deep. Number 5, guys, I've got the Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia coming off of getting swept at Texas. Listen, I mean, Georgia, your bats got shut down. Your bats just completely got shut down. I think I bought into the hype a little bit too much. I think I let some of the Georgia folks, love you guys, but I think I let some of the Georgia folks, I think I drank a little bit too much of the Kool-Aid because those guys. Yeah, you're a church league hitting softball team, but when you face some elite arms, you turn into mortals real quick, and that's obviously what happened. Georgia got humbled. That's just it. They got humbled on the road. Dogs ain't barking all that much anymore, and they got to look now to bounce back. They got a big one this weekend against the Arkansas Razorbacks at their place. Going to be tough to bounce back, but you got to do it. You're going to see more really, really good arms. Now Georgia's got to show me they can hit elite pitching. All of a sudden, Georgia's pitching's coming along. It's the bats that go quiet in Austin. We'll see if that continues. Very, very fascinating. We will see if that continues. Number 4, guys, I got the LSU Tigers. Again, LSU getting the big sweep over Oklahoma. I think LSU is a team losing 2 of 3 at Texas has made us kind of forget this is one of the best teams in the country. Like, they were wildly impressive at Oklahoma. Obviously, it starts with Cade Anderson, what he did in that Thursday night game, a complete game shutout, incredible. First one since 2018 there in Baton Rouge. They used 5 pitchers all weekend. They were extremely efficient. Everybody was sharp. And the lineup, by the way, did their thing all weekend long. So this LSU team is one of the best in the country, guys. This is an LSU team that can still win the SEC, and an LSU team that I feel very confident saying they are going to be in Omaha, and I think they're going to have a chance to win the national championship. Like, this is a very, very good ball club. People have kind of gone to sleep on them. They'll have an opportunity to remind folks and wake them up in a few weeks when they host the Tennessee Volunteers at the Box. But big one this weekend. Got to take care of your business. Tough road series at Auburn. Should be fun. But LSU, wildly impressive over the weekend in Norman. Number 3, guys, I've got the Tennessee Volunteers. All right. They were number 1 last week for me. Dropped to number 3. There's going to be a lot of people out there that want a bigger drop. Again, guys, it is one day of baseball. You can't overreact to one day of baseball. Like, Tennessee very well may still be the best team in this conference. They might. Had to move them down because you lose a series on your home field and you got blasted in doing so. But it's one day of baseball, man. It's one day of baseball. I thought the comments from Tony Vitello were wildly fascinating about, he essentially said, we don't have the best roster on the field every game. Like we didn't have the better roster. That felt more like he was trying to punch his guys in the face and wake them up a little bit and maybe motivate them a little bit. But, yeah, those comments were interesting. Again, I'm not going to overreact. Tennessee had a bad day. If it lingers into this weekend and they lose another series at Ole Miss, okay, we'll reevaluate, have another conversation. I still think Tennessee is really, really good. Had a bad day of baseball. Tip the cap to A&M, but I think Tennessee's going to be fine. Got to sharpen some things up or figure some things out when it comes to the pitching staff, but I think Tennessee's going to be fine. I really, really do. Guys, at number 2, I've got the Texas Longhorns. There's going to be a debate at 2-1. That's fine. I've got Texas at 2. You know, they've beaten LSU at home. They swept Georgia. It's one of the best teams in the country. They're doing it in all phases. We've talked about Max Weiner a ton. What they're doing with the pitching staff is just wildly impressive. The lineup without Max Ballou, right? I ate a lot of crow. Texas fans had a lot of fun with me. That's all good. All is fair in love and war. It's all good. I'm very happy for Hookem. That was a fun weekend. It was great to see. I like Texas at 2 right now because I got Arkansas at number 1. And I feel like, again, here's the way I look at it. Arkansas was number 2 for me last week in my power rankings. I did not feel like it was fair to take Texas from, I believe I had them at 4, to have them go from 4 to 1 and just jump Arkansas when all Arkansas has done is take care of their business. I mean, that's all they've done. That's all they've done. And I saw them in person, and I've seen Texas in person. Right now, Arkansas gets the nod for me. The way they're swinging it, it's one of the best lineups in the conference, if not the entire country. They're as deep as anyone on the mound. Again, after having them at 2, Tennessee falls out the 1 spot. I did not feel like it was right bumping Texas ahead. Yes, I think you could argue the series wins are more impressive. Maybe the resume is better. But, again, I just did not feel right moving Arkansas or keeping Arkansas at 2 and having somehow in some world Texas leapfrogging them. So I've got the Hogs at 1. I got Horns at 2. Both have been great. I do feel confident right now saying these are the 2 teams that are deserving to be 1 and 2. You can have your own debate if Texas should be 1. And I'm not even saying you're crazy if you say they should. But right now for me, guys, I give the Hogs the nod. I cannot wait for this series, by the way. It is going to be electric at Baum-Walker. So, guys, would love to hear from you. Your thoughts, your comments, your remarks. What are your power rankings? How would you power rank the teams of the SEC? And do you agree with me or do you disagree as we head into the 5th weekend of conference play? Guys, that's going to do all for me. Appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. Before we get out of here, I do want to tell you about our friends over at FanDuel because, as always, we're brought to you by our friends at FanDuel. Guys, FanDuel is giving all new customers a shot at $250 in bonus bets. Join FanDuel today. You'll get started with $250 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. From three-pointers to steals to assists, FanDuel has so many ways to bet your favorite player props. Plus, after the game tips off, you can even combine live prop bets into a same-game parlay for a chance to win big. Just visit FanDuel.com/SECU to get in on the NBA play-in tournament action. That's FanDuel.com/SECU for your shot at $250 in bonus bets. Must be 21 and up and present in select states. For Kansas, in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino LLC, or 18 and up and present in D.C. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets. Expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org. Call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. Guys, once again, appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. Would love to hear from you, your thoughts, your comments. What are your power rankings? How would you power rank the teams of the SEC on the diamond? Conference play is only heating up. Guys, as always, thanks again for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Check us out via podcast. Wherever you get your podcast, you can also find us across all social media platforms as well as our website, secunfiltered.com. Till next time, I'm Chris Phillips of SEC Unfiltered. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in, and we will catch you all on the other side.